You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Young and the Restless fans, I've got your weekly prediction edition. We're going to have Ian Ward busted, Claire missing, and Sharon's life on the line. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I've got predictions for Mariah and Tessa, for Jordan and Claire, for Nick, for Phyllis and Sharon, and also for Jordan and Ian. And hey, if you're not following us, please click subscribe. Now let's dive into our very first prediction. Mariah sacrifices herself to save Tessa. So spoilers for Monday, December 30th, have Ian creeping into society, making small talk with Tessa, drugging her water, and then lurking outside. Fortunately, she came out the front door instead of the back to get some air to try and clear her head because she was dizzy, and he grabs her up. And then Mariah arrives just in time to see Ian with her wife in his creepy arms. That's all spoilers. After that, we have 2 days of reruns in all time zones. So Thursday, January 2nd, has Mariah haunted by her past. And I suspect Mariah may do anything that she needs to stop Ian from harming her wife Tessa, even if that means Mariah has got to go with him and deal with this monster alone. At least he's a monster she knows. I mean, I think she'd rather have Tessa safe at home protecting their daughter Arya while she deals with him. I mean, Ian is a monster, but he did raise Mariah as his child, so she may think she can talk some sense into him. You know, otherwise, Ian may haul Tessa off, so Mariah's got no choice but to follow along, and then she can try and bargain with her horrible adoptive father / former husband. I don't think Ian wants Tessa. I think he wants her out of the way. I think Ian wants Mariah, his daughter wife, and possibly Arya. And I think he'll do whatever he has to get what he wants. And Mariah may feel that it's better that she just sacrifice herself and go along with him and just try to deal with the fallout. Our second prediction, Jordan kidnaps Claire again. Wouldn't be the first time, right? I think this would be the third time, maybe, and fourth if you count her birth. So spoilers for next week have Claire with Victor and Nikki in December 30th. Spoilers, they are toasting the new year together because her boyfriend Kyle is sick, as is little Harrison. And before she heads over to see her grandparents, Jordan is lurking outside Crimson Lights watching Claire before she heads over to the Newmans. And then she has to break things off because she has to go help Ian deal with his targets, and Jordan kidnaps Sharon outside society before she can get inside. Thursday, January 2nd, spoilers say Jordan has a new victim in her sights, and by Friday, Claire is out celebrating New Year's on January 3rd, which is still New Year's in Genoa City, and they are celebrating it up in grand style the same day that Victor is actually threatening Ian. So I just wonder if by that time Jordan decides to make her move to go ahead and get hold of Claire herself. Even though Ian is supposed to do it for her, he's not doing what Jordan asked and what he promised her when he said he would help target her grandniece. So she kidnapped her before. She knows how to do it, and Jordan may just go ahead and try to do it again. I would personally like to see Claire kick her great aunt's psycho behind, but if Jordan chloroforms her like she does Sharon on Monday, then Claire may not get a chance to do it, and Jordan may get the better of her. Our third prediction, Nick is horrified to find out Mariah and Sharon are both missing. Spoilers for Monday the 30th, see Sharon drugged and kidnapped by Jordan while Ian drugs Tessa and uses her as a leverage tool against Mariah, whom I suspect is also going to go missing. We'll see. That part isn't a spoiler. The drugging of Sharon and Tessa is what happens to Mariah, not known yet. Nick was on his way to society. He was riding separately with Faith to meet Mariah and Sharon there. Neither of them obviously will arrive. Nick was already worried about Sharon's safety in light of her recovered memories about that third person in the room with her and Heather the night that Heather was murdered, the real killer. By Thursday, January 2nd, when we have new episodes back from the holiday, Nick discovers something shocking, and it could be, Sharon's purse or her phone that she dropped when she was dragged away. away, or it could be Tessa, who's left behind when Ian snatches Mariah, his real target. So I do suspect Nick rapidly figures out that both Mariah and Sharon are missing, and only, one of those crimes makes sense to him, Sharon's, based on the murder stuff, but the Mariah thing doesn't. And if Tessa is also gone, still, that could muddy the waters even more on who this suspect might be. But either way, Nick is in a full-blown panic by the end of the week. Our fourth prediction, Phyllis is implicated in the crime against Sharon, possibly the crime against Mariah, but only briefly. So, spoilers, last week had Ian mentioning to Jordan that they would use Phyllis in this next phase of their plan because he overheard her making threats, and he knows a lot of other people have overheard it. That was after Ian saw Phyllis lashing out angrily against Sharon in public. I do suspect they want to scapegoat Phyllis because she's been publicly unhinged about Sharon. And spoilers for Friday say Phyllis shares a secret with Daniel on January 3rd. And this could be something about her conspiring with Billy against Victor, also against her kids' wishes. Or it could be that Phyllis has a big plan to take down Sharon and make sure she pays for what she did to Heather and their family. And if Phyllis tells Daniel she has a plan to target Sharon and then Sharon turns up missing, would Daniel feel obligated to tell the police or at least tell Michael that his mom was making these threats? Maybe. Hopefully all this is over soon and the two real villains are caught, because this has been going on since July. Needs to wrap up. Our fifth and final prediction, Jordan remains hidden for now, but Ian is busted. So Monday spoilers have Ian and Jordan taking captives, and by Thursday she has her eye on a new victim. Could be Claire, could be Phyllis as part of that plan they've cooked up. And spoilers for Friday, January 3rd have Victor making threats to Ian Ward, and that means that villain has been exposed. Caught, exposed, something. He could be calling in to blackmail. That's something he likes to do. So if you recall, Ian served his time. He's out on parole. So even if somebody sees him, they can't do anything about it unless they have evidence of a crime against him. So Victor may just see him out and about and make threats, but that won't accomplish anything. Jordan, however, is not out legally. There was a woman in prison that was serving time in her name that Ian arranged. If I recall, that woman had some kind of terminal disease, cancer or something, and died behind bars. If I'm recalling correctly, correct me in the comments if I'm not, but I think they set it up to look like Jordan died in prison. And if Ian is caught, if he's suspected of a crime, if he's arrested, I could totally see Jordan hiding away and letting him take the fall for everything while she keeps on scheming. Then again, maybe Ian just taunts them and walks away. Either way, I don't think Jordan is going to show up to help him in any way. I think she's going to hide out. And since Michael and Cole made Victor demolish his basement prison cell, they can't just grab Ian and put him there unless Victor had a replacement brand new cell built into the new ranch. You never know with the mustache. Any of that is possible.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.